A barefoot boy from the streets of the Philippines walks onto one of the biggest stages in the world with nothing but a borrowed guitar and a broken past. The judges expect a quick audition, but what happens next leaves them crying, the audience frozen, and a golden buzzer pressed through tears. Before the story unfolds, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because stories like this remind us that miracles still exist. The boy stood quietly at the edge of the stage, his shoulders slightly hunched, his fingers gripping the neck of an old guitar that looked older than he was. The bright lights of the theater felt like another world compared to the narrow alleys he had grown up in. His name was Daniel Cruz, a 14-year-old boy from a fishing village outside Manila, and this was the first time in his life he had ever left his island. As the camera zoomed in, millions of viewers across America noticed the worn shoes, the patched shirt, and the nervous tremble in his hands. But what they could not see yet was the weight of years of hunger, loss, and silent prayers he carried inside his chest. Daniel's life had never been easy. His father was a fisherman who used to sing old American rock songs while mending nets at night. Hotel California was his favorite. Daniel remembered falling asleep to that song as waves crashed nearby, believing the music was magic because it made his father smile even on the hardest days. But when Daniel was 8, a powerful storm destroyed their boat, and his father never returned from the sea. From that night on, the song stopped playing in their home, and silence replaced it. His mother tried to survive by washing clothes and selling street food, but poverty tightened its grip. Daniel dropped out of school to help his family. He collected plastic bottles, shined shoes, and sang for coins outside bus terminals. Most days people ignored him. Some laughed. Some told him to stop singing foreign songs because they said his accent sounded strange. But Daniel kept singing Hotel California softly to himself at night, believing his father could still hear him somewhere beyond the waves. When a volunteer from a local charity heard Daniel sing during a community feeding program, she froze in disbelief. His voice was raw, emotional, and hauntingly mature for his age. She recorded a short clip on her phone and sent it to a friend who worked with an international talent scouting organization. Weeks passed with no response. Daniel assumed nothing would change, as always. Then one afternoon, his mother came running down the alley, crying and laughing at the same time. Daniel had been invited to audition for a global talent show in front of American judges. The journey to the audition felt unreal. Daniel had never been on a plane before. He clutched his guitar case like it was a lifeline. Backstage, surrounded by confident singers and dancers, he felt small and invisible. Producers asked him why he chose Hotel California. His answer was simple. He said it was the last song his father ever sang to him. The room went quiet. When Daniel stepped onto the stage, the judges smiled politely, expecting a typical cover. One judge even leaned back casually, unaware of what was about to happen. The first guitar notes were shaky. A few audience members shifted in their seats. Then Daniel began to sing. His voice wasn't perfect, but it was honest. Every word carried pain, longing, and love. By the time he reached the chorus, the entire theater fell silent. Halfway through the song, something unexpected happened. Daniel's voice cracked, and he stopped singing for a moment. Tears filled his eyes. The judges thought he might quit. Instead, he closed his eyes, took a breath, and continued. His voice returned stronger, deeper, filled with a sorrow that felt ancient. One judge wiped her eyes. Another leaned forward, hands trembling. As Daniel sang the final lines, the camera caught the audience crying openly. Some clutched their hearts. Others whispered prayers. When the last note faded, there was a moment of silence so heavy it felt unreal. Then the entire theater erupted in applause. The judges stood up, clapping, some with tears streaming down their faces. One judge spoke first, his voice breaking. He said he had heard Hotel California thousands of times but never like this. Another judge admitted she forgot she was judging a competition and felt like she was listening to a child telling his life story through music. Then came the twist no one expected. The strictest judge, known for rarely showing emotion, pressed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rained down as Daniel dropped to his knees, overwhelmed. Daniel didn't understand what was happening at first. He thought he had done something wrong. When he realized he was being sent directly to the live shows, he cried harder than ever before. He whispered his father's name, thanking him for guiding his voice. Backstage, the judges hugged him, something they almost never did. But the story didn't end there. After the episode aired in the United States, Daniel's life changed overnight. Donations poured in to rebuild his village. Music producers reached out, but Daniel chose to return home first. He used part of the prize money to buy his mother a small house and a fishing boat for the community. He returned to school and started music lessons for children who, like him, had nothing but dreams. Months later, during the live finale, Daniel returned to the stage stronger and more confident. He sang a new arrangement of Hotel California, blending Filipino instruments with classic rock. This time, his voice soared with hope instead of pain. The judges cried again, but these were different tears. They were tears of pride. Daniel did not win first place that night, but he won something greater. He proved that talent has no address, that poverty cannot silence purpose, and that music can carry the voices of the forgotten to the biggest stages in the world. Today, Daniel continues to sing, not just for himself, but for every child who believes their story doesn't matter.